speaker today, Dr. Jawad Asif, and also my fellow students who are coming from two groups. We have two groups from, one group is actually from Project Financial Management student under the degree of Bachelor of Financial Management. And we have another group of students coming from Industrial Technology Management who are taking the subject of financial management. Now, it is our pleasure today that we will be able to combine together for these two classes. And we have our distinguished speaker, Dr. Jawad Asif from Pakistan. Now, before we invite our speaker to have a talk today, let me spend some time to introduce our speaker. Razian, can my voice be heard clearly? Can you hear my voice, Razian?
Yes,
All right, thank you so much for the feedback. Right, thank you, Dr. Jawad. All right, so let me spend some time to introduce to you our distinguished speaker today. Right? Yeah. So Dr. Jawad has his MBA with distinction from International Islamic University, Islamabad, and also having his second master in finance from Maju with the same, I guess it's the same university, it's different university. And he managed to secure his PhD in finance from University Malaysia Pahang in the year of 2022, right? And currently he's back to his country and working as a lecturer, okay, in the country, right? Now, before joining University of Gujrat, he served as visiting lecturer at University of Central Punjab, Gujrat campus, okay, and he has been working as the coordinator of Master of Commerce program in the same university, and meanwhile he is also actively involved in publishing research paper as a speaker in the conference and also in workshops and in the seminar in various topics such as research methods, paper writing, intellectual capital, and financial technologies, fintech. Okay, and at the same time, he is also an active researcher and he has continuously published his research paper in esteemed top journals as well. Okay, so the list the list here you can see from the screen are some of his publications as the main author, as the co-author, and also as the corresponding author as well. Moreover, he is also a resource person, experienced person in actually sharing in various talk workshop such as the keynote speaker at research seminar titled Data Analysis, writing and publishing of research paper on 10 December 2024 in his university, and also he actually conduct workshop on how to write a research paper and data analysis techniques. Okay, so from here we'll be able to know that Dr. Jawad not only actively involved in research, but at the same time he has been invited speakers in various conferences and workshops as well. Okay, so without any delay, okay, I'd like to invite our distinguished speaker today, Dr. Jawad, to share his topic on how the modern artificial intelligence tools play their decisive roles in accounting and finance of project management. Right? So welcome, Dr. Jawad.
Thank you so much, Dr. Areen. Hello and good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for such a brief introduction of me. And I'm thankful to Prof. Nora Zida Shamsuddin as well, who is also teaching one of the course with you. And thank you so much once again, because you invited me on the topic which is very important nowadays, and it should be It is very important for the students with the background of accounting and finance. They must know the role of artificial intelligence in accounting and finance, that whether it is important and how they are changing the landscape of accounting and finance. That is very crucial topic, and thank you so much for your invitation. So without wasting the time, I think we should move on. We should start the presentation. Students?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Sure. So you can share your screen in slide mode probably, Dr. Jawad.
Okay. That's fine, Dr. Irene?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So the students, dear students, the topic of today discussion is how the modern AI tools actually they are going to change the landscape of accounting and finance, and how they play their vital role, and especially in the accounting and finance of the project management. So in the first slide, I have the question from any volunteer from the students. Does anybody have the idea, because you are taking the course of project financial management? Any volunteer can give me the answer. What does this diagram mean? I just want to know that, because you are taking the course of project financial management. Okay, if nobody is ready to participate, so let me explain you this diagram. We are going to begin the project, for example, the activity A, then activity D, and then activity F is going to start, from the starting point, their starting points. And then B have the predecessor of activity A. Like B cannot be started until you complete the activity A. And the activity E cannot be started until you finish activity A and D, because it is, the two arrows are coming here. And similarly, then you complete C activity, E activity, and G, and then at the end of you finish the project. So by looking at this diagram is actually called activity on nodes. And we are talking about the project actually. So project could be a very short project could be a very large project, like the construction project. If you are writing a book, for example, writing a book can also be a project. So there are different activities involved in completing a project, and at different steps you need to look at the different aspects of the project. For example, you need to look at the materials, you need to look at the labor involved in the project. And today our discussion will be focused on the accounting and finance, for example. So the project management is the application of the knowledge, skills, and tools and techniques to project activities in order to meet the project. So project involve a lot of activities, like you are going to plan the project, you are going to schedule the project, and then you are going to control the project as well, with different techniques available. And a lot of team members are also involved in the project. So accounting and finance is one of the crucial aspects of a project, because accounting and finance are those aspects of the project which ensures us to have that the project is contributing a significant value over the life of the project. So our focus today will be on the project financial management, or the accounting and finance aspects of the project. So let's start from the basic definitions of accounting and finance. What is accounting, for example? Many of you will be familiar. I'm just recalling the definitions. Accounting is actually the recording, classifying, summarizing, the financial transactions, any financial event which is happening in your company. So you are going to record and classify those activities. And most of the time we say that accounting is backward looking, because the event has already occurred in the past. That's why it is accounting. And finance actually having the forward looking perspective. And because in finance we deals the major decisions in finance, everybody of you, because you are taking the financial management course as well. So financial management actually deals with investing, financing, and operating activities, and investment, like budgeting of the project is dealing with in the future, for example, because we are going to perceive that what are the risks are involved in the project. So to summarize, accounting is backward looking and finance is forward looking. So how the technology is actually affecting, and I just give you the little timeline just to give an idea that how accounting and finance field evolves over the time. In the ancient ages, when when there was only, before the barter system, only few customers were there, and they were customized kind of ordering over there. A lot of production was not. So that was this era, for example, when individual based needs were addressed in ancient ages. So then barter system were involved, and then it comes the need of recording that barter system. So later on, when there was an industrial revolution, there was a mass production. Like you have already read few case studies, I think so. Japan, the Toyota company, and they introduced the assembly lines, and a lot of production was there. That was the era of industrial revolution. And the companies were talking about the mass production, the standardization kind of stuff. So there was a need of proper need of accounting, and then there is a double entry system. Like there must be a debit and credit, as well, because like income statement, balance sheet, and financial statement, like cash flow statement, all of the statements according to the recent accounting standards, financial reporting standards, IAS and IFRS, they have introduced the double entry system. And then eventually we come to the era of accounting softwares. And QuickBooks and a lot of softwares are recently available. But we will focus, inshallah, soon, that how this AI is going to change the accounting and finance era, and how the revolution is coming on. So this slide is showing the core operations of accounting. Like recording, I already described that we have to prepare the journals and ledgers, and then classification in different, like trial balance is going to classify all the debit and credit balances, and cash book and passbook. And then at the end of the day, we are going to summarize the financial reports, because there are a lot of users of financial statements. And for example, the investors, for example, the government is one of the stakeholder. For example, the customer is one of the stakeholder of your financial reports. So accounting needs to do some reliable things, that the decision makers or the policy makers can rely on the data available by the financial reports. So these were the core operations of accounting. And similarly, when we come on the measurement side, there are different ratios we can calculate to look at the different, what we call is the performance aspects of the company. For example, if I want to look at someone of you, for example, if you want to check the liquidity, then you can go for current ratio or the quick ratio. And if you have the ROA, return on assets, and return on equity, profitability kind of, these all ratios can be computed if we have the annual reports. And similarly, goodwill is one of the intangible asset, and it is very very subjective valuation of intangible assets, because whether it is accurate or whether it is not accurate, and on which measures you are going to value the goodwill. So the next, at the end, we will have to identify the useful life of the assets, which is purely a very subjective decision. Because maybe some of the company is going to estimate the useful life of an asset 5 years, and some of the company is going to estimate the useful life of that asset, for example, 10 years. So we have to estimate the bad debts. So these are the qualitative decisions which we normally do in accounting. Similarly, in the finance, we have these investment and financing and risk management decisions I already discussed. So these were the accounting core operations of the finance and accounting and finance. So the next is technology. The whole technology is coming in. For example, transaction processing system, how the expenditure cycle, how the conversion cycle, and how the revenue cycles of all the transactions are going on. So ERP was the software, was the framework, accounting framework, which emerges slowly. And with these softwares, with these frameworks, the automation was very high. For example, the company can automatically buy the raw material. They can move on the just-in-time JIT kind of system, lean operations of their company, and they can auto-generate the bills. So that was the automation. And similarly, they were looking at the inventory. So this is one of the key slide of one of the very important slide of my today presentation. So what are the emerging technologies? This is the central topic of today's presentation. What are different emerging technologies? Like we have artificial intelligence, we have the big data, we have machine learning, supervised, unsupervised. We will talk later on. Then reports, reports are also being used, robot advisors in accounting and finance, and then blockchain technology, then cloud technology, Internet of Things, and artificial neural network. So these are the emerging technologies which are being capitalized nowadays by accountants and by finance experts, by the people who are sitting in the financial markets. They are actually capitalizing, they are leveraging these emerging technologies. So one by one, quickly I will try to because we have the session of 45 minutes, we have the presentation. So I will try to give you the brief introduction of brief concept of these emerging technologies. So first of all, what is AI? What is artificial intelligence? So artificial intelligence, to me, I think it is a computation between a man and a machine. For example, because the people can think, the people can feel, the people can they have the cognitive abilities, they can make the decision making, they can make the judgments. But on the other side, nowadays machines can also feel, machines can also do the subjective judgments. Machines are also automatic. So the AI is a kind of what we call is the computation between man and machine, between human and machine, and they are leading and lagging. So artificial intelligence is the study how to make computers do things at the moment people are better. So yes, it is, we can say that at some of the things machines are doing much better than people. So AI is actually the competition between man and machine. So human features, the prominent human features are that they can think, they can give the reasoning, they can do the creativity because they think from the multi perspective. They can think from the multi dimensions. So these are the human, because every human, when we are looking outside the window, for example, every human being have the different view. For example, what are the thoughts are coming on, what are the experiences they have during their life, what are the educational backgrounds. So everybody would have different view. So these are the futures, prominent futures of the human. But what AI is doing, actually, AI is going to do the mimicry of the human beings, human intelligence. AI is actually going to do the mimicry of, for example, their what we call is the neural network. For example, just like the human brain is working, AI is also working just like the human neural networks. So our intellectual power is not increased, but it is going to substitute. AI is not going to replace somebody, for example. AI is actually going to, what we call is, they are going to magnify our decision making. They are going to give us the support, because everybody have AI in their surroundings. They have AI in their pocket. They have always AI in their, at their homes, in different electronic devices. So what are the main types of AI? AI is discriminative AI. Discriminative AI means they can classify the things. They can differentiate the things. They can do the grouping. This is called discriminative AI. And the generative AI is one of the most advanced form of the artificial intelligence, which can create the new content. They can give you the new originality, new ideas, new innovation. But this is generative AI, and this is more sophisticated and more. They are using more modern algorithms. So, what are the functions of AI? AI can, they can have the text data. If let's say, because the data is in the different form, because the next slide are coming with the data science, big data. So AI can recognize the voice, they can recognize the speech, they can analyze the images, and they can also recognize the handwriting. For example, if you're going to give the PDF file or the Microsoft Word file, so AI can read it. This is readable for AI. So this is one of the very good feature of the AI. So AI, what AI is doing, AI is helping us to automate the things and innovate the things, and AI can do the predictive, like they can link over past data. They can link our past data to give us the future prediction, to give us the future idea that what is going to happen. For example, what will happen after 5 years, what will happen after 10 years, how the markets will move on. For example, and definitely the institutional investors or the private investors, the shareholders, they can make secure their investments and all that. So all that things are going to happen with the help of AI. So how AI is going to impact accounting and finance? This is the pure slide which I make for you people, just to focus on how AI is going to impact accounting and finance. So AI is recording, helping us to record and classifying the things, and then they are going to analyze and interpretation as well is one of the capability of AI. And they can reproduce, for example, if the record is kept safe on, let's say, on cloud technology or something, or on any place, let's say, you can retrieve the data, you can reproduce the things, and then AI can have the ability to apply the accounting standards. For example, in your accounting, in your when you are making the statements, you have to comply with the financial reporting standards. You have to comply with the international accounting standards, and this is required by the bodies, by the regulatory bodies. So AI you can do the coding with the AI softwares, and then they can double check whether you are going to have this. And then similarly, AI can help us to do the prediction. They can help us to identify the the risk score, and our investment efficiency will also be enhanced, and portfolio optimization is also one of the area in which AI is going to excel nowadays. Well, this is the slide I put for the students, just to know that how because this is the software which is called Power BI, Power Business Intelligence, that you have created the dashboard of your business, of your project, of your company. And by looking at this Power BI dashboard, you can have the comprehensive view. For example, you have developed one window for your software, for your project, and you can look at all the aspects of your project, whether they are from the financial management perspective, whether they are and when I was looking at the website of your university, they also use the same Power BI. When you click on the home button, for example, then there is a facts and figures tab. You can click on that tab. It will this window will come. For example, they are showing that how many international students, and I am also one of those international students. So how many international students are there here and graduated, and how the company is doing at sustainable indicators, and how many percentage of students are from industry, and so on. So by looking at this window of your university website, we can have the idea of the ranking of the UMPSA is very good, for example, and many students are coming from different countries, and this is a very diverse background. So the next tool which we use is machine learning. This is the subfield of the artificial intelligence, and machine learning is normally use algorithms, and they help us to do the data mining, for example. And I will like to give an example from our day-to-day life. For example, if you are looking at a specific kind of videos from your YouTube, for example, you're looking at data analysis video, for example. So that YouTube will auto suggest you the more relevant videos on data analysis. So the systems are going to identify your likes and dislikes because of those algorithms, because of those machine learning, because machines have learned, they have know the patterns, for example. And we have the linear and non-linear and additive models. And yes, supervised and unsupervised, these are the two types of machine learning. So how machine learning is going to impact on accounting and finance? Because we have teach the machines that you will buy stocks on my behalf, you will do this on my behalf at this stage of the project, for example. And we can develop the buy and hold strategies. We can do financial forecasting with the help of machine learning. We can identify the errors because machine is more intelligent and machine is more specific, because we have to do some programming on the background of the machine learning. and we can like at the early stages we can identify the frauds with the help of machine learning. And yes, reconciliation is very tiring process, in accounting. If somebody is doing accounting practically, if you are doing some internships in your companies, you have realized that reconciliation is one of the time taking and one of the tiring process. So we can develop those machine learning applications, those AI applications which can reconcile the statements on our behalf, and we can save a lot of time, and we can do more efficiency of accounting and finance in any project. So data validation and high risk transactions can also be identified, can also, the machine learning is very good on that. And we can avoid from the subjective influences, like, because you have the data is, true always. Data does not involve any feelings. Data is not feeling sad or happy something. Data is always true, and they have the objective decisions. So, next slide is, so everybody is listening me. Can you hear me, and are you enjoying this the talk?
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Jawad. It's still good.
Because I was thinking everybody is silent. Maybe yeah. Okay.
Everyone is showing the thumbs up.
Yeah, because the Q&A is at the end, Dr. Irene. Am I right?
Later.
Later. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, thank you. So, what financial industry wants? This is a very good slide of me. For example, what are different types of data? I was surprised when a few years back I was working on big data. So big data involves a lot of sources, like you're collecting the data from Facebook, you're collecting the data from Twitter accounts as well, you're collecting the data of WhatsApp as well, for example. And you're collecting the data, like how the people are actually searching. So it involves the voice recordings and news articles, because in earlier days, when we as an accounting and finance people, we have the accounting and finance background, we just deal with numeric data, or the data which is having unidimensional kind of. So now the data is multidimensional, the data is unstructured, data is coming in voices, data is coming in the news articles, data is coming on the social media pages, and satellite images like this. So this is because company need a very wide variety of the data, because the decision making will be more accurate when they use a lot of data from multiple angles. So what is big data? You have listened this word, big data. Big data is actually a lot of, like, the data in a lot of volume and from a lot of variety. For example, the different backgrounds, like I already told you, from the data is coming from multiple sources, online and offline sources. So the volume is high, a lot of data, velocity is high, variety is high, and veracity is high. Like, you can believe on that data because the data is double checked from different angles. So look at this slide, how the data is multidimensional. I use this one of the AI software to develop this picture for you, that we can have the different pairs. We can look at the scatter plots are there in the picture. Sorry, the slide is quite blurred. We have the bar charts as well. So this slide is showing that how different variables we can draw on in the pair, for example. So you can look at the different angles, you can make different pairs, and they can tell you, the data can tell you the clear story that how the data is moving, whether it is a positive relationship, whether it is a negative relationship, or whether it has a linear relationship, whether it is having increasing and then decreasing, and then first decreasing and then increasing. So a lot of things can be, you can, by using one command of one software, you can look at the different aspects of the data. So what big data do? Yes, they can help us to predict and forecast the things. I need to move quick because a lot of slides are there. So this is the slide of the R software, and I would recommend all of the students to use this software later on, when you will move for your master or PhD, and you may use these slides as well. That how the R software is going to use, because this is the code editor area, R console, and you just give the command and it is giving you the very good graphs. And I make this graph for you, just a simple example of your university. I just take the hypothetical data of the UMPSA Because let's say the 5,400 students are from Faculty of Industrial Management. Let's say these are the existing registered students are graduated students, and then Faculty of Computing. Like I just take the two faculties of UMPSA, just to show you that how you are giving the command here on the console, and then how the output window is showing the pie chart, for example. So you can start your journey as a data analyst, data scientist as well. Although you are from accounting and finance background, you have a very good scope. So this is one of the open source you can use as a Kaggle. I normally use a few years back, and again I have the plan to learn some coding on R and Python coding. You can also learn because there are different people, different communities there, programmers are there, they can help you if you have, and you can also develop your career as a data scientist as well. So what is a blockchain technology? It is a distributed ledger technology because different blocks are connected through a chain. And it is very secure kind of technology, very private, transparent, and decentralized. The main benefit of blockchain technology is that there is no intermediation. For example, when there is any borrower, he needs money for any company, for example, needs money for their project, they can go to the bank, and then bank have some lenders and borrowers. So bank is playing the role of intermediary, but through blockchain technology, for example, there is no need of intermediation, and then the fees is very low, the commission is very less. Yes, so blockchain technology is also one of the emerging technology which is being used by insurance companies, by banks, and by the stock market analysts and all that. So what are the impacts, or what are the outcomes of blockchain? Cryptocurrency, everybody knows about different types of cryptocurrencies are there, and which is and they're earning they are mining on the cryptocurrencies, and they are being rewarded on that. So cryptocurrency is actually an outcome of the blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is being used on the back of the cryptocurrency. And blockchain is also helping us in auditing and anti-money laundering, forensic accounting, and good governance and performance. So all these things can be done efficiently with the blockchain. So robots in accounting and finance, yes, I already told you they are doing the mimicry of the human actions. We can increase the speed of accounting and finance. We can make more accurate all of the steps of accounting and finance which are involved in the project financial management, for example. And all these steps should be consistent with the help of AI tools, and they are more reliable, more efficient, and less humans are involved when you're doing work through robots. And cloud technology is also one of the important one of the important, you can say, disruptive technology which we can use in the project financial management, for example. And they are more effective computing. Systems can detect and express the emotions through cloud technology. And the main benefits of cloud technologies are we can have access, remote access. They are the low cost and high control on risk, and it is reachable to all stakeholders because we put something on the cloud technology and everybody can access. They have private codes as well and public codes as well. So IoTs is also one of the emerging technology. So ultimate goal of all these technologies like the big data, the artificial intelligence, for example, the neural network, for example, and the machine learning, all of what is the objective in our field? Their main objective is to do the fintech. The fintech is actually, I recently submitted one of the paper on the topic from one of the top researcher from Canadian University, Dubai, Prof. Kyon Long Kav. The topic was on the influence of fintech on capital adequacy ratio. So what fintech is doing actually? Fintech is actually the emergence of emerging technologies plus finance. So all of these technologies, like artificial intelligence, this slide I already showed you previously, all of these technologies, when they are integrating with the finance, then it is becoming fintech. Because we are bringing the revolution, we are bringing the modern ways in accounting and finance. So all of these, like we are building new products in financial products, for example. The banks are producing new products. They are giving new kind of services in the finance area. So all of these technologies actually helping us to do the fintech. That's why finance plus technologies is called the fintech. So they are going to do, fintech is one of the, from the beginning, it is a new industry actually which applies the technologies to improve the financial activities. For example, crowdfunding. What is crowdfunding? Crowdfunding means, let's say if the company or if the bank want to raise the finance for their needs, they don't need, let's say you are the student of project financial management and you need to raise and it is a large scale project, for example at the government level maybe the project, and you want to raise the finance, then with the help of crowdfunding you can quickly meet the supply, the financial supply, financing need of that project. Similarly, fintech is actually giving tough time to already existing companies, already bank, because the already existing banks and companies, they need to change their modes of operations, obviously, because the new technologies, it is challenging for the existing firms. So the more financial inclusion is coming because maybe the people don't have access before, and now the new customers are coming in, new people can, the bank is covering, the remote areas, the rural areas, for example, and they are giving more awareness on the fintech kind of technologies. So when there is a more better financial inclusion, we have the better economic growth at country level as well. And these are, the last line is actually showing few examples of what we call is the fintech applications. They help us to increase the efficiency and consumer centricity and transparency. Like they are bringing all consumers at the one place and improving the efficiency and the transparency as well, because the systems are open and available to everyone. They can do audit, they can double check. This slide is showing few of the fintech companies in Malaysia. You can later check on some of the firms are doing but in payments, and some of the they are helping for the crowdfunding. Some are dealing in the foreign exchange. So these are the few companies in Malaysia fintech. So how the banks are actually going to, because as accounting and finance students, you should also know that how the technology is affecting the banks and investment firms. So bank is doing the basic function of the bank is depositing and lending, for example. And with the help of fintech, there is no need of physical banks, and that's why the bank is changing continuously. They are hunting for the new opportunities. They are hiring new experts from AI backgrounds to develop those modern tools. And the people can take advice from chatbots, let's say the chat GPT and all other like the specific chatbots are being developed by the AI experts in accounting and finance fields, and it will help their decision making. This is the slide, I just give a command that helped me to show the graph of, let's say, green financial development over the different years. And they are giving me the developing and developed countries. So you can ask the prompt. This is one of the example of chatbot, for example. You can do chat with the systems which are based on AI and machine learning models. So insurance companies can also assess their risks. Fine, they can use the neural network technique, which is again based on AI and machine learning. They do genetic modeling, and yes, qualitative and quantitative judgments both can be incorporated in one systems, which will make the decision makings more efficient. So let's move on towards the slides. The technology is also having a lot of impact on the auditing side of the project as well. They can do automation, they can help us to compliance, and then they can help us to do the material assessment, which I already told you that the system is not going, the machines are feeling less. For example, they are more objective, but humans can have biasness as well. And yes, we are improving technologies. So tax is also one of the core area of any project. When we are doing financial management or accounting and project management, we have to deal with the tax. So we can take advice from the softwares like I mentioned here, TurboTax and TaxAct is one of a few robot advisors which can help us to excel in the tax side. Similarly, so what are the dark and the bright sides of the AI? Yes, on the one side we can say the automation is very high, but on the other side the innovation is getting low because AI is helping us to automate the things. But on the other side, the judgments of the human beings are coming less. That's why innovation is coming less. And yes, with the help of innovations, when we are developing new AI tools, we need to take care of the ethics because cybercrime is always there, and the data can be leakage as well. Some of the people, they already stole the codes and the systems of the idea. Yes, so we have to look at the security of the data as well, and operation efficiency. On the other side, our efficiency is getting improved, but on the other side, some of the people are also losing their jobs. Job deficiency is also there with the advent of AI tools. So high security and more vulnerability, again the same point. Disintermediation, yes, I already told you that when we are giving new AI tools, there is less intermediation. But we need to reconnect. We need to do the firm. We need to do the operations in a more comprehensive frameworks. So this is almost the last slide. That what are the final takeaway of our today discussion or the presentation? Big data and AI are capable of making the decisions, and yes, they are already actually competing the human beings, and they are they are excelling some of the aspects of human beings as well. And the future areas in which we can explore, because you people are young people and you have a bright future, I believe on that. You can apply all these AI tools in Islamic finance, in behavioral finance, which are also one of the emerging, because Malaysia is very famous, I know, as a Islamic finance. And you can develop new products by learning those AI tools, and the companies need to collaborate with each other rather than they compete with each other, because fintech needs a lot of people from the diverse backgrounds. One company cannot do some big innovation in fintech, because some people have the human skills, some are good in technical side. So the companies need to integrate, they need to do collaboration for the big innovations. And accountants and financial analysts need to hunt for more technological capital. Yes, they need to look at the data analytics side, they need to learn more skills as well. And at the last, I will say that AI will never replace human intelligence in the more creative work tasks. This is reported by Eleonora et al. In one of the research paper. So the precaution, we should use the balanced and careful approach, because AI is learning, is a machine learning. They can sometimes they can learn wrong data, for example, and maybe the decision, the advice AI is giving us, we should not believe on it 100%. We should also give our judgment, our opinion as well as a human being, and we should carefully use. And there must be balanced use of AI tools in our day-to-day and corporate decision making. So that's all, Dr. Irene and the students from today discussion. If anybody has, the floor is open now for the question and answers. If somebody have the questions, you may ask, please.
Yeah. Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Jawad. Yeah, although it's just 40 minutes of discussion and presentation, but I think students has gained a lot from your preparation, and also we managed to get a lot of latest information that is related to AI, particularly in accounting and finance, and also in projects. So before I move on to our students, okay. Now, what do you see these AI things in probably in 10 years time? How it can actually would it 100% replace the human? What do you think, Dr. Chow?
Yeah, to me, for example, I think humans cannot be replaced, until unless this world is going to exist, because always there is a need of human beings, always there is a need of inputs of creativity. Yes, we can say that some of the accounting and finance work, maybe it will be more automation and the processes will be more efficient. But we cannot say that 100% the AI is going to replace the human beings or the accountants and or the financial experts. So to me, I don't think so. Yes, the new skills maybe in coming years we need to learn as an, and yes, I believe that just like the students of your class, they have the more good potential future, because they have more opportunities. I believe on that because they are new, they are bachelor or master students, for example, so they can explore and they can learn more better skills, and they have a wider scope of their careers. So hopefully the 100% we are not going to replace accounting and finance, like the AI is not going to replace the accounting and finance professionals. Yes.
All right, thank you, Dr. Jawad. Right, so now I'm open the floor to our students. If you have any questions that you want to raise out to our distinguished speaker today, anyone? Okay, we have the first. We have our student Siva is going to ask some question. Yeah, please, Siva. Unmute yourself, Siva. Yeah.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Siva.
My question is, can AI tools reduce mistake in project budgeting and cost planning?
Yes, sure. AI can reduce the mistakes in costing and financial planning, because when AI is actually, they are working on the base of, they are more objective. As I told you during my presentation, that systems and machine learning, they don't have feelings, and their focus is actually on the mathematical models are working behind all those AI and machine learning tools. So in the cost planning and in financial, let's say, steps, there is a very rare chance of errors, because they are more efficient and they can identify the frauds at earlier stage. Because and there are some robots and they are working on the base of some sensors. So sensors can identify, they can give messages to the system, they can alarm actually the whole operations of the project, that the specific error are going to happen, or some reconciliation is going to create some problem. So yes, they are more efficient in identifying the errors, and they can more do better things. Yes.
All right. Thank you. So, Siva, does the speaker answer your question?
Are you satisfied with her?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Thank you. Right. Any more questions from the floor? Yeah, we have another question from Sai.
Yeah, students are very, Dr. Irene, actually, the students are very much excited, and I'm very happy they are asking a lot of questions, and they are very good
Yeah,
students.
they are all good students.
Like, I am also your student.
All right. Okay. Yeah, Sai, please. Sai.
Good afternoon, doctor.
Good
So my
afternoon,
question
Sai.
is,
Thank you.
will AI eventually replace human accountants in project finance, or will it mainly assist them?
No, again, yes, AI cannot replace the accountants and the professional people. Actually, I believe, again, I believe on that, the accountants and the professional people, their jobs, they have more job opportunities, and their job will be more secure. Just there is a need to learn the more skills. For example, you can learn some, as I already gave you this during my presentation. I show one of the slide in which I gave the orientation of R programming. You can learn R programming. You can learn Python coding. For example, you can learn some inferential statistics and some linear programming models, for example. Then you will have more better opportunities in future. And yes, AI cannot replace human beings totally, and their jobs will again cannot be. And I believe, as an expert of fintech, I believe that the people will have more opportunities, there will be more jobs. Yes, some of the people which are at the bottom level, which are low on the continuum of skills, for example, you need to learn more skills. If you will learn more skills, there will be more opportunities. And the upcoming era is, I already told you that this is the era of collaboration, and we need to collaborate with the people from diverse backgrounds. Then we can do much better, rather than in isolation. we can have co-sharing and we can have industry academia linkages as well. Let's say universities, they can develop industry academia linkages, and they have. And I was thinking that maybe the foreign universities like UMPSA, and there must be a exchange program between UMPSA and the University of Gujarat here, where I'm working as a lecturer. So we can do co-sharing. We can learn from each other. The students can exchange. The teachers can come here for 1 month and short courses, something like that. So AIs, we cannot learn